Hey, welcome to Our American Travel. I'm Al.
I'm Melanie.
We're so glad you came along on this part of our journey. In this journey, we're going to tell you all about...
Journey. How many times can we say journey in one? We're going to tell you about Biltmore House in Asheville.
You got a problem with journey?
Asheville, North Carolina, home of George and Edith Vanderbilt. The largest privately owned residence in the United States, still owned by the descendants of George and Edith.
Thanks for coming along.
On what? The journey? Biltmore House was built between 1889 and 1895. It has approximately 135,000 square feet of living space. Interestingly enough, George Vanderbilt called it his little mountain escape. It has 35 bedrooms, 43 bathrooms, and 65 fireplaces. Soon after Biltmore House was done, George married Edith in 1898. And in 1900, their daughter Cornelia was born, and she was born in the Louis XV room. George passed away in 1914 at the age of 51. He had appendicitis, and he died from complications of the appendectomy, which I find very sad, don't you?
It's sad.
His daughter Cornelia married in 1924 and had 2 sons. Biltmore House opened to the public in March of 1930 to bolster finances during the Great Depression. Interestingly enough, in 1942, paintings and sculptures were removed from the National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C. to protect them in case of an attack.
During World War II?
Yeah, during World War II. Here we are.
Interesting.
I do have to mention that first we went on just the traditional audio tour. They give you a guide that you listen to. You push a button every time you go into a room, and they give you the history.
They give you like a little cell phone looking thing, and,
yeah, it does
and a
look
little
like
recorder, and
right.
it plays. You might see that a little bit from people.
And also, you cannot take any video once you get in the house. You are allowed to take photographs without a flash. So all of these were taken with our iPhones with no flash. And we're just kind of walking you through the tour. I believe that's the music room.
It is a magnificent place. Everything is just done. This is like the tapestry room. And there's just all kinds of pieces.
Tapestry gallery.
Gallery, there you go.
And there's one of the fireplaces.
Didn't you say earlier, there's like 100, like 50, 30
65 fireplaces.
And then, again, more of the tapestry room. And then into the library. Library is just a magnificent look. I mean, obviously back in those days, a whole lot different than it is today.
Right. And
they didn't have cell phones.
No.
I probably didn't know
Kindles. But he liked to encourage his guests to take a book. Oh wait, here we have to. This is George Vanderbilt's bedroom, which the bed looked tiny, but evidently they said it's huge, but the bedroom's so big you can't really tell. This is like a sitting area between George and Edith's bedrooms. They had their own bedrooms. I guess they needed privacy. And this is Edith's bedroom right here. I really like her color scheme there. It's really pretty, don't you think?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. And then this is a family sitting area. No, this is their guest sitting area, or people that were staying with them.
How many bedrooms?
There were 35 bedrooms.
And 43 bathrooms or something like that.
So we're going through several of the bedrooms, several of the guest bedrooms.
So they knew how to do a party otherwise.
Yeah, I believe this is the Louis XIV bedroom. Yeah. 15th,
Louis
sorry.
15th.
Yeah.
And this is where the kids were born, the 3 kids.
But this is the nursery, they said, and you'll see a cradle in the picture where the baby stayed, that she liked to be in this room because it was sunny. And now we're going to the other side. We're leaving the opulence and the richness of the people upstairs, and we're going downstairs. But I know they mentioned that...
it's kind of laid out like a museum down there.
Yes, it is.
Where there's lots of displays of information. You see a little bit there, and then they had like a bowling alley.
Yep.
Kind of an old bowling alley, but
always had a lot of stuff to do.
Looked like they had a good time, and then that's the swimming pool.
And the swimming pool actually leaks. They said that's why they can't keep any water.
And then the gymnasium, you'll see some kind of old exercise equipment.
Showers. You see the showers?
Showers right there. Interesting.
And there's like a rowing machine and some weight type things.
And then the
We're
pantry.
moving into the kitchen. There's several pantries, lots of pantries.
That's like a jar room.
Yeah, and meat. They've got meat hanging from the top. This is the main kitchen where they would do their workspace, and then there's their stove, which I just have. That's a phenomenal stove. This is a servants' dining hall. Reminded me of Downton Abbey.
Yeah, a little bit different type of
and an example of
decorations
a
down here than there was in the main area.
And they weren't servants; they were employees. So, and they were glad to work there. According to what we heard, they were glad to work there because they made a very good wage. There's our beautiful daughter.
There's our daughter, and then we kind of had a little snack out here. They have a bake shop and kind of a little mall.
They did. I wish I'd taken more pictures of the mall.
Like, places you could buy some clothes, you can buy handbags, whatever.
And it was so beautiful. I wish I had taken more pictures. But we were getting a toy for Clark. So.
Now we're moving on to the garden, and their gardens are just gorgeous. So now this is February, and it is freezing cold.
Yes, and I don't know
they
how
just
they're
had a
not
frost,
freezing.
like the morning before, whatever, and it had been warm just before this, and it's still looking gorgeous out in the garden.
Yes.
And then so you'll see us as we walk along here.
Now, there's a lot of walking, so if you have mobility issues, there are places you won't probably be able to access. Now, they do have an elevator if you need an elevator in the house, because you do go up quite a few stairs. But I know there was a couple in front of us, they were given the opportunity to use the elevator.
Right, and then this, I think there may be some ramps down there where you can get down to this.
Yes, but it's still a long ways.
Yeah, it is. It is a pretty good ways.
Pretty.
And so there's just so well done, and continues to just bring people in. I think we read that there was I can't remember how many million people visit.
I don't remember that.
A couple of million people.
And we'll leave a comment here.
A couple million people, I think, visit Biltmore every year. Now, interestingly enough, this wasn't open to the public until like the
Yeah, I said that.
1930.
March of 1930.
And they did it primarily to kind of raise money because not too long before that, and George had died of an appendectomy, they had started income taxes, and so he was just overcome by that a little bit, and then so they kind of fell on hard times, and they had to sell some of their property to the government, and so they were able to hang on to the house.
You've got a widow trying to
trying to run this enterprise, and so they opened it to the public eventually.
Now we're in the conservatory.
Yeah, this is I call it the greenhouse.
It's
a little more ornate than a greenhouse.
But it's
and I think he had just fallen, but he is doing just fine. That's our grandson, as you can probably tell.
And he has a dog. What was that dog's name?
Duke?
Duke was the other dog.
Oh.
All right, there they are.
Cedric.
Cedric, which was one of the dogs they had.
So here we are in the conservatory as well, and so just a gorgeous place. And then we were here waiting for the shuttle to kind of get back to our parking area, and there's the shuttle coming up, and you can see the Biltmore in the background there, just gorgeous. I guess it would be a good guest house that you could stay in occasionally. Yeah. Hey,
thanks for watching this episode of Our American Travel. We really loved having you visit our home when we're not camping. As always.
Yeah, we lived in the Biltmore House.
Not really,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we would love it if you would like and subscribe to our videos, and
ding.
And hit that thing too, the bell, the thing that rings, like when we put out a new video, it'll notify you. So hit the bell, and you'll know when we publish our next video. As always, remember, it's all about the journey to infinity and beyond.